It's 9:55 K-Day's Morning Show with your boy Romeo. I appreciate you waking up with me, K-Day Nation. But look, man, there's something that's taking over the nation, over the world right now. This Bob Marley movie, One Love. And, of course, I got Davo in the building hanging out with me. Yo, you good this morning?
Yeah,
you
man.
You leaning back already?
Man. Hey, I'm just getting comfortable, you know what I'm saying?
As
I
you
just had some Jamaican breakfast. Y'all hooked me up. Matter of fact, it's actually the first time I had jerk chicken in the morning. But
really?
I feel like it is actually good because it's got a little spices in there, you know what I'm saying? Get you lively, you know what I'm saying? Live up yourself.
Absolutely, man. Well, congratulations to you, man. I mean, let's think about it. First of all, this movie finally came together. Some people felt like it's long overdue.
Oh, definitely.
But I felt the timing for it. We're talking over $100 million worldwide already. Over $62 million in the U.S. already.
Oh.
How does it feel when you got that call that this movie was happening?
Well, I mean, I didn't even know that the movie was happening because I was like, my sister sent me a casting call on Instagram. And it's from this Jamaican casting agency called KBC Casting.
Mm-hmm.
The casting director's name was Kareen.
Okay.
And I reached out to her like, hold on, you guys doing a movie on my pops? I was like, I hope y'all know I look just like him. You know what I'm saying? And I act just like him. I play the guitar just like him. I can sing like him, whatever you need. Like, if I was like, do you need to speak to my father? And then they was like, no, we don't need to speak to your daddy. But we need to know if you can act. So they sent me an audition. They were like, yeah, you look the part, you know. And then when I did the audition tape, they never asked me to bring out the guitar, but I just did.
Yeah.
Because in the scene, it was like the introduction scene that I have in the movie where I meet Bob, and I'm actually playing the guitar. So I played a couple licks, and they were like, whoa, wow, like you could really play the guitar. They were like, oh, the director is like saying it's urgent. Can you send over a couple more videos of you playing the guitar? So I was like, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So I sent them over like a couple more. I think I did Redemption Song, Waiting in Vain solo. And they were like, oh my God, this is amazing. Can you work from November to May or something? And I was like, of course. I'm playing my father in the Bob Marley movie.
Come on.
What do you think? Duh.
And it was so major because when I think about you playing your father in this movie, I think about Ice Cube's son getting an opportunity to play him.
Man, Ice Cube.
Right?
Ice
you know
Cube
what I'm saying?
Is actually like my like one of my number one entertainers in the whole industry that I look up to because he created like one of my favorite movies growing up, Friday.
Yeah.
The whole trilogy, you know what I'm saying? And what he's done for the community when it comes to just being a big role model at doing both hip hop, you know what I'm saying, coming from NWA and putting his son having his son play him in the film. Like that's a huge legacy, and that's what I came up off of. So, you know, for me to do the same thing as what Ice Cube and his son did, I mean, that's just like magical to me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's kind of surreal, but you know, it was written, you know? So
it was
like,
supposed to be this way.
To be this way.
And to see you on the red carpet with your dad is just like...
Yeah, that's what my dad actually said when I called him, because I called him. I was like, when I got the role, I was like, yo, Dad, guess what? He's like, you got the role. Like, you know what I'm saying? Duh. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's like... I don't want to curse on the film.
No, you can do that.
He was like, you got to roll, nigga. Come on, man. He was like, you that nigga, man. What the fuck?
You come from the same cloth. It's supposed to happen.
Yeah. I was like, hey, man. I was like, hey, I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? He's
man.
like, come on, man. You supposed to. You already know what time it is.
Well, I mean, obviously, you're putting the time in because this is something you love to do. This is your passion, not even knowing that this part of your journey was going to even happen.
Yeah.
So now when you're on set, you're shooting the movie in the vibe. What is that energy like when you have everyone there and you're shooting and telling the story about Marley?
I'm not going to lie. My dad was one of the most energetic people in the crew of the Wailers because he's an electric guitar. You know, that's electrifying. Like the vibes you get from that guitar, it's turned up. You're always turning up. So him and the drummer, they had like the two most dynamic, like, you know, sound like in the music. So it's like they would turn Bob up all the time.
Yeah.
So it was like the same thing on set. Like me and my brother, like most of the scene, I had my brother as an extra in the crowd. And for us, it was like a dream come true because we always wanted to see Bob perform.
Yeah.
So it was the closest thing to seeing Bob perform, apart from like, you know, Ziggy Marley and the Marleys and stuff. But, you know, like with the real characters, you know what I'm saying? Like me playing my dad, like I had I made sure they had the fits right, you know what I'm saying? Every single thing, down to the shoes. I remember I asked my dad, I was like, what shoes are you wearing on the Live at the Rainbow 1977? He was like, oh, those are the Bruce Lee shoes. Go down to Chinatown, you can get them still. I told my my costume designer, I was like, yeah, man, go down to Chinatown. My dad said they're still there. So they went and grabbed a few pairs. I was literally like on point with everything. And my brother, he was surprised. My dad, when they came on set, they were like, oh my God, I can't believe, like, he didn't have nothing to tell me, like, what to do. I think one time I went back to my trailer, he was like, "Oh, you just forgetting one move." He's like, "My classical move is like a little running guitar swing," and I got it in there. So I actually seen it all. Most of the stuff that like his classic moves that he did. If you watch like Live at the Rainbow and stuff, I got it in like under performance stuff parts. So.
Man, congratulations!
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? The live shows and stuff, you'll see it all in there. Like it's literally like authentic as possible.
But what I feel like K Nation, what the West Coast needs to know is like this is just a piece of your journey because you also have your own thing going on. So let's transition and talk about that. Like obviously you want to get in music. Your dad's was in the music.
I want to say one more thing though.
Absolutely.
Because when we were shooting, like everybody's energy was turned off of like just how much I would turn up on stage, like playing my dad. Yeah. Because I was doing extra research, watching like live videos that wasn't out, like rare videos that I've never seen before. Yeah. And I was doing all that on stage. I remember like the cameraman would come to me and be like, "Oh my God," like the British guys are like, "Davo, man, he's like the way that you're turning up, man. You got all of us like in a good positive like energy turned up over here, like." So everybody was just like turned up off of just like the electric energy from the guitar.
You knew you nailed it at that point. It's like, yep, man, I did what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, nah.
Gotta love that. Now you're doing your own thing as well, so let's talk about that. You have a nice project that's been going on. Oh, yeah. Let's speak on that. How can people get their hands on that situation?
So right now I'm getting ready to put out like my new music. Because of the film, I took a little break from releasing. It's been about a year, almost 2 years since I've released music, but I've been putting my album together, and it's, I've got a lot of features on there. I know you guys know Ray Vaughn. He's from LA. Yeah. I got Ray Vaughn on there. Tory Lanez. I've been working with him since I was like 10 years old. Yeah, man, it's an amazing product. I got a lot of producers on there. Smash David, he's one of the biggest producers right now. He did like Monaco for Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of talented artists. I mean, musicians alongside my production as well. So.
Definitely exciting time for you. So you say you took a little break in between doing the record. So when you did that, right, you did the movie, you come back, did you feel a little different about some of the songs, or did you want to change something up?
I didn't want to change anything because I feel like it's a part of me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just I want to transition more back into my roots and just get more. Like, I've been touring with my dad and doing, like, Bob Marley covers. So I'm always in, that kind of vibe, but I want to do more of my own reggae music, because I'm not going to lie, I grew up in the States mostly since I was like 11 years old, and, my thing is hip-hop. Like, I'm into hip-hop more than anything, and I like to transition, I'm very versatile when it comes to music. I do R&B hip-hop mostly, so, I do a lot of singing, vibey kind of tracks, crossover hip-hop, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even a little rock mix in there, you name it, dance hall, all that type of those vibes.
That's what's up. Davo hanging out with the K-Day Morning Show, played his dad, played Junior Marvin in the movie.
Thank you, Romeo.
One Love. Make sure you go check that out. But I want to ask you this. So we're 935 K-Day, so we got our artists from like the 90s and the 2000s. You spoke on how you feel about Ice Cube. So let me ask you this. If there's any other artist that's from this era that you would love to work with or have on one of your tracks, who would it be if there was a wish list?
From what? From the 90s or from this, like now?
From 90s up to now, any.
Okay, all right, well, I'm going to start from the 90s. All right, so Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
Automatically. First album I bought was Doggy Style, 1992. I think it was around that time. I probably got it in 94. Because remember my dad asked me and my brothers, we were like driving to the record store. He was like, what kind of artist? Because we already loved music so much. He just knew we wanted to do music. He's like, what kind of artist, what kind of music do you guys want to do? We're going to the record store right now. You guys pick whatever from that genre. And I was like, I want to rap, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was influenced heavy by Tupac and Biggie and those guys. And when I was looking through the albums, when I was in the record store, I seen the Doggy Style cover. It was a cartoon. So I was like, oh, I want this. Like, it looks so cool.
Yeah.
So I went with that. And then Snoop Dogg opened up the gates for me, man. I'm not going to lie. Snoop Dogg, Tupac, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I wish Tupac was still around. Shit, he's the best artist to me ever, damn near.
One of the best,
then Ice Cube, of course. I grew up, I started loving like Wu-Tang, Method Man. Those guys, Big Punisher, all these from the 90s, from Ja Rule, 50 Cent, but nowadays I would say like Future's probably one of my favorite artists.
Oh yeah, he brings
I love to work with Future, Young Thug, I work with Tory Lanez, he's one of the best as well, I feel like in the industry, versatility wise. Drake, of course.
Yeah. I love that
I
list.
like Gunna too. Gunna's pretty good. I like Gunna.
Oh, you're gonna definitely bring it, man. And you're bringing it. And once again, K Nation, you got to go check out the movie Bob Marley, One Love, in theaters, already successful.
Oh,
and
man.
you got to pull up and make sure you check it out. And look, you playing your dad in the movie. That still just trips me out. I mean, that is such a blessing to be able to do that, bro.
If you look at the pictures from like him and then me, it's like it's damn near identical. I used to get freaked out sometimes when I would go look in the mirror. I'd be like, what the heck? Like that. Like there was even a part where they put dreads on me, but they only got a little like clip of it and the part when we went back to Jamaica. And I think they cut some scenes where you could see me a little more with the dreads, but you could still see it at like the last shot when he did the last stage show. I was wearing like all white.
Okay.
I had the dreadlocks. But that was insane when I had the dreads because they gave me a whole full mustache when my dad transitioned from the perm to, you know what I'm saying, the little afro perm he had.
Yeah.
How
that perm work out for you?
It wasn't really a perm though, you know.
Okay.
My dad was actually like native Indian Arawak descent, so we have like, you know, our family has like some stuff. I think he just used to straighten it, so it was kind of like laid down and it kind of wavy, you know what I'm saying? But in the movie they made a joke about it, like, yeah, Mr. Perm, come in, Mr. Perm. But it's funny because I actually brought that to the set. They never had nothing in there about that, like, you know, his hairstyle or anything. But I put it in the script because my dad told me there was a joke like him and Bob had, like when he first met Bob. Bob looked at him and they were chilling backstage one day. He was like, yo, Junior, what kind of hairstyle that? And he was like, I didn't tell you I'm part Indian. And they started laughing and stuff. So I told him, I was like, this is something y'all should put in. And it gave a little humor to the film as well. That was like a big that's actually Ziggy Marley's one of his favorite parts. He just commented on it on my Instagram about it.
That's dope, man.
I think we're going to make a post about it soon, actually.
Again, congratulations, Dave, on what you're doing, man. I know you got so much more you want to give to the world. Looking forward to that. And K Nation, we got to get out and support that movie theater, man. Make sure you go check out the favorite one in your area, and you got to go see Bob Marley, One Love. Thank you for pulling up today, bro.
Oh, man, it's a pleasure, man.
Perfect.
You already know 93.5 K-Day, Davo. You already know new music on the way, though. Let's go.